Hello, this is Cooking with Charlie. I did a test video of a cake mix, and the first part of the video cut my head off, so hopefully this one's a little better. I'm making banana bread today, but first I want to mention a few things. The link to the recipe that I used will be in the description. I don't know if it will be clickable or not. This is a new channel. I started it, I just set it up less than 24 hours ago. So I don't know if it will be clickable or not. I do have two other channels if you're interested in checking them out. Links for them is in the channel as well. I'm also on Discord. I will have a cooking section set up on there eventually, but I don't at the moment. The link for that is also in the description. And I also have a link for my PayPal if anyone is interested in donating. I don't expect anybody to donate. I never got any donations from other channels before. I don't expect it. That's not why I do videos like this. But the link for that is also in the description. Now, today, like I said, we're going to be making banana bread. I forgot to get the pans out. I knew I was forgetting something. Pans are clean, but they've been sitting around for a while, so I'll rinse them out. I forgot to set the mixer up ahead of time as well. We'll get that done right now. This is a cheap mixer. I will try to put the link for the mixer I use here in the description. It took me a little bit to figure out the type of mixer and stuff it is, but I found it, and I'm dropping things. So if you're interested in it, this is just a cheap mixer. It's basically a regular handheld mixer, but it's on a stand. I like using this instead of a handheld mixer. I think it's easier. Now first, we have a half a cup of brown sugar. Now, the brown sugar I have is dried out. I don't use it very often. And I had to look it up to figure out what to do about it when brown sugar is dried out. It said that you take it and you put it in a bowl, cover it up with a damp paper towel, and put it in the microwave for 20 seconds. And you don't want to put it in there for too long because you don't want to melt the brown sugar. You don't want it to get real hot. You're just trying to soften it up. And you keep doing that until the brown sugar is softened and you're able to use it. So that's what I've done, and it worked pretty well. So, we're making two, actually, pans of banana bread today. So we're going to repeat this process. There we go. Half a cup of brown sugar. The recipe didn't say to melt the butter or not to melt the butter, but how can you mix this up well with the butter not melted? So I melted the butter. I don't know if you're supposed to. I might not have done that accurately. Probably be easier to mix it up in a small bowl, but I'll try it this way. If it don't work, next batch I'll do the other way. Well, let's try it. It's going to get a little loud in here. Some of the brown sugar wasn't completely moistened up, so I left that in there a little bit to try to break it up a little more. But most of it was. The recipe calls for 2 eggs, so we'll put them in there now. Yeah. My hands shake. I can't do nothing about it. Dropped a couple pieces of eggshell in there. There we go. Ooh. Missed it this time. Alright. We'll get that mixed up. Now I'm putting 2 bananas in there. You're supposed to mash them up ahead of time. Doing it this way, it breaks them up pretty well, but you do have a few chunks of bananas in there. So they're in the banana bread. You cut it up, it will look like the bread may not be done in certain spots. But that's because the banana didn't break up too well. But these are real soft bananas. These are real ripe. So they break up pretty well. That's just the way I do it. Boy. Like I said, it works better if you mash them up ahead of time. But this is just the way I always do it. And I always found it's easier to put the bananas in there first before the flour. Oh. Gonna make a mess. Let me break up the banana a little more. Like I said, there is chunks of banana in it, but because of the better banana flavor, I think, if you're biting into chunks of banana. So like I said, the bread will be done if you do it the way I do it, but it'll look a little different, like it was not done because of the chunks of banana in it. But it works out. You need to preheat the oven to 350, which I've done before the start of this video. Before I go any further, I will. Now I'm using whole wheat flour, that's all I have available. Changes the flavor of it a little bit. But that's the flour I'm using right there. And you need 2 cups of the flour. And you need a teaspoon of baking soda. That's what I'm using. I really don't think it matters what kind you use. Baking soda is baking soda. So we'll get the flour added in, a little bit at a time. And the rest. Spread the sides down a little bit. This mixer don't always get the sides real well. Batter's ready. What do I do with my rag? There it is. I'm doing this just because I'm trying to eat a little better. I'm not in the greatest shape. I'm a diabetic. And, as you can see by my size, I weigh over 400 pounds. My brother was about as big as I am. He didn't eat right either, just like me. And he passed away in November from a massive heart attack. And it kind of woke me up a little bit. I'm trying to change a few things. I know you said you're trying to eat better, you're making desserts. Well, the first 2 videos. I know that don't make any sense. It kind of contradicts what I'm saying, but this stuff is better anyway than what you buy at the store. It's better for you. It's cheaper. And most of this bread I'm going to be putting in the freezer. I read, I can multitask here. That you put the bread, I'm going to use a wrap it in plastic. I'm going to use a freezer Ziploc baggie. You put it in there, seal it up good, get most of the air out. But then you wrap that in aluminum foil and put it in the freezer. And it'll keep in the freezer. It keeps the bread. It'll actually keep it wrapped like that, nice and moist. So it'll last up to 4 months. I've never done that. It's a little thick, I guess it's supposed to be. After all, this is bread. I haven't made it in a long time, so I don't remember the texture of the dough. Not making a mess in here. I can't bend down. I have it bent back. Wrapped a little bit on the floor. Don't want to step in that. I will show you these when I get them out of the oven. Show you what they look like. Alright. There's one bread done. Now I'm going to make the other one. As I said, it don't take real long to cook. It's just I quit doing it. I used to cook all the time, but I always go back to making sandwiches and eating all kinds of junk food stuff out of the chips, and I buy little Debbie snack cakes or something. I'll eat the whole box. I crave sugar. I'm addicted to it. But I've been away from it for a while. I'm doing a lot better. There you go. Brown sugar, half a cup, just like before, and the half a cup of butter. Now, just like before, we're adding in the 2 cups of flour and a teaspoon of baking soda. I don't know if I mentioned that in the first part of it or not, but there is a teaspoon of baking soda you have to add to it. It does say salt. I don't remember how much, but it does say salt, but I never added it in there. So, let's put this in there. Same as before. This is a little stiffer than the last batch. Bread pan. I don't know if you need to spray it, but I always do. Don't want to. Now I'm going to have to look up the recipe. I don't remember how long to put it in the oven for. I'll look that up as soon as I get these put in the oven. Yeah, flour's still not mixed up real well. You must have added a little too much flour into this one, accidentally. I must have messed this one up a little bit. I'll get the flour mixed in a little better. Hopefully it turns out. I know the first one is doing right, but I think I added a little too much flour into one of them. I should have remeasured it. That's my fault. I don't bake a whole lot. I'm not used to it. I haven't cooked anything in a long time. There we go. Let's get these in the oven, and I'll look up to see how long to keep them in there. Okay. Cook time, 1 hour. Just make sure, go down here, directions. Yep, 1 hour. Hopefully it turns out. Hopefully I didn't do anything wrong. I tried to follow the recipe. Like that one, like I said, I added a little too much flour, so I hope it turns out. So that'll be it for now. I will be back in an hour to show you how it looks. Had to come back. I know why it didn't turn out, and you probably knew why it didn't turn out from the very beginning. The second one, I forgot to add the bananas. Oh well. It still tastes good though. But that's why the second one didn't turn out. When you make banana bread, you have to add bananas. Oh well. Hello, welcome back to How Not to Cook Banana Bread with Charlie. I messed up on the brown sugar. I looked at the recipe. I remembered it wrong. It was 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. I only added a half a cup. I don't think that causes the problem with my second batch of banana bread. The third batch was a little thick, but it turned out pretty good. I think it turned out pretty good. I just looked in the oven, about ready to take it out, and that worked out pretty good. But I measured something wrong in the second batch. I don't know what it is. I'm not a cook or anything. I try my best, as you can tell. But let's get it out of the oven. There we go. There's the first pan. Now this is the one I messed up on. It's dense. As you can see, it didn't turn out. It'll still be good. It's just it'll be a little dense. I will eat that one, and I will put the other one in the freezer. And actually I need to put this one back in there. I'm not even going to check it. Put it in there, shut the oven off. Hopefully it turned out the right way. There we go. Because it says online, I looked it up because I realized I made it too dense. I made it was way too thick. And it says it's still okay, but it'll just be real dense. It'll be a little dry, but it'll still taste good. I'll eat it. But this one turned out okay. I'm pretty sure this one, the ingredients is right, except for the brown sugar. Yeah, it's done. The other one might be, but I'll leave it in there a little bit longer. Like I said, most of this I will be putting in the freezer. Like 2 slices per bag. And wrap it in aluminum foil. I'm cutting small slices. I don't want too big of pieces. Normally I would sit here and eat at least half the pan, but like I said, I'm trying to get my weight down. I'm trying to do better. So these slices will last me for a while. I'm going to get one out. There we go. Homemade banana bread. This is going to be good. Just so I don't overcook it, let me check the other one. It says online it takes around 20% longer or so for it to cook, but just because of how dense it is. Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot denser. A little bit of crumbs, but yeah, it's done. I don't want it in there any longer. This is real dense. Ooh, hot. This came out of the oven. It's dense, but you can see it's done. I'll try it. Yeah, it's good. A little dense and dry. It said online that it would be. And the whole wheat bread does change the flavor of it, but that's the way I make it with whole wheat bread. It changes the flavor of it quite a bit, actually, with being whole wheat bread. I meant whole wheat flour. So the white flour, the regular flour you would normally use, does work out better in it. But if you like using whole wheat flour, you can give it a try. But my next video, I know I won't miss up on, because I make it a few times, 2-3 times a year at least. Homemade mushroom soup. I love homemade mushroom soup. So I will be doing that in the next video. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.